Assalamu alaikum, wonderful viewers. Welcome back to another episode of the Political Hour Show here on Eco TV International, the People's Choice, where we invite politicians, youths, and women to discuss about things in our country here. And today, our esteemed guest is the president of the Change Front political movement. He will introduce himself shortly, but before that, you can kindly follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Sponsors are also invited. You can call on the numbers on the screen to sponsor this program. I am your host, Rohia Tuture. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum, Gambians, both at home and abroad, that is diaspora. I'm extending my sincere greetings to all of you. Thank you so much.
Okay, Mr. President, we've learned that recently that you've made a movement that is Change Front political movement, and you've been meeting people. So what is this front, a Change Front, a political movement all about?
Thank you so much, Madam Toure. I am Sulayman, one president of the Change Front political movement. The political movement was established by young Gambians, both at home and in the diaspora. So we sit down, analyze the situation of the country. We realize that the country is not going in the right direction. So we look at the existing political parties, political movements, and other independent candidates. We realize that we look at their manifestos and the kind of politics they're doing, their political styles, but we deem it necessary to establish our own political movement because we believe the kind of political doctrine and the kind of programs and policies that we want is not in those political organizations. So we decided to form our own political movement called the Change Front.
Okay, and what are some of these things that are missing that you and other Gambians decided to form a political movement?
Well, what happened is we analyzed the situation of the country, we examined the country, and we compared with other countries that gained independence in the same era with the Gambia, countries like Singapore, countries like Ghana, Mauritania, and so on. So all those countries are far ahead of the Gambia in terms of economy, in terms of better healthcare, in terms of agriculture, security, education, and so on. So these people, they are not better than us as people because the Gambia have very smart people, have very intelligent people. And why do we have this problem? Because leadership problem. We have leadership problem in this country. And we have some political parties that have been here for many years. They could not, change the status quo. They could not come to power. So we decided to form this political party and this political movement, and then try to, get to power and then change the dynamic of this country. Try to change the way the country is going. Change the poor economy, the poor health sector, the broken agricultural system, the broken education system. And so on. These are the things that we want to fix.
Okay, and you mentioned just now that there are other parties in the Gambia here that have been trying to mount to power, but also unfortunate they couldn't. So do you believe that you would top up this?
Yeah, no doubt the Change Front political movement will get the leadership in a very short time. We will not spend much time in opposition. We trying to do all what it takes to make sure that we gather as much people as we want for them to vote for us, not in later than the 2026 presidential election. We have very good manifesto. We have very good programs and policies. This is what the Gambian people need. The Gambian people are suffering, and then nothing is working in this country. The Gambian people need solution. And we believe Gambians are decent people who listen to politicians, who do their own judgment. And we have the problems, we have the solution of the Gambian problems. When you go to economic, when we go to mismanagement of resources, you go to the broken health sector, the failed agricultural system, you go to the fisheries sector, you go to employment and unemployment, you have a lot of problems in all these sectors. So we have a solution for them. You look at our manifesto in every sector of the country. We look at the problems in that particular sector and then come with alternatives, come with solutions that we have. And that's what the Gambian people need. We have that in our programs and policies. And we believe if we are voted into office, we will transform the country to one of the most developed countries in sub-Saharan Africa, in Africa and in the world at large, in such period of time.
So are you doing your surveys at this moment?
We have been doing that. Before establishing the political movement, I told you we examined the situation of the country, both the problems that the country have and the political landscape. We look at the political landscape and we realize that there are so many political parties that have been in existence for so many years. They are not the right people to change the status quo. They will find very difficult to change the status quo. So that's why we decided to form a political movement. We have talked to people across the country. We have gone to several parts of the country. We have coordinators in so many constituencies, so many towns and villages who are doing a very good job for us. We are constantly in communication with the people. We are going to the media, selling our programs and policies. We are embarking on a nationwide consultation. Currently, we are in West Coast, moving from one community to another. So the Gambian people are inviting us to talk to them, and they are listening to us. We are not going there to, attack any person. We are not embarked into any character assassination. What we are doing is we selling our programs and policies to the Gambian people. They are listening to us, and they knew that we have the right programs and policies. We have solutions for Gambian problems. So they are listening to us. They are coming on daily basis and on hourly basis, joining the movement. So we're growing, and no doubt we're going to win the 2026 presidential election. We are confident.
Inshallah, may God help you through. All right. And now, can you please tell us some of your core visions for the Gambia in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yes. I told you that we have a manifesto, a full book.
Okay.
We don't come with just points and agendas that people will not understand. We have a book that you will read and understand what we want to do.
Okay.
Probably in the next weeks, the book will be out.
Okay.
So now we have different chapters. In every sector have a special chapter. And in that chapter, we will criticize, we will look at the problems of that particular sector and then come with solutions. We have money-saving initiatives. That's our first chapter, money-saving initiative. Looking at that is, we looking at the independence celebration. In the 2025 alone, the Gambia government spent $100 million on independence celebration, while our farmers have not been using advanced farming machines. Our farmers have been using simple farm tools since independence. Our health sector lack sufficient medical workers. Our health sector lack sufficient advanced medical apparatus. Medication is not sufficient. Our young people want to go to universities. They cannot go because they lack the resources. When you go around the communities, around the towns, you see young people sitting down at streets, chatting. They want to go to school, but they don't have the resources. Why is the government spending $100 million on independence celebration? For us, we said, when we get to power, we will not spend more than $2 million on independence celebration. We are not going to organize parade at Banjul. We will reform the independence celebration. What are we going to do? The president will sit down at State House, make a televised statement, highlighting the challenges, thanking, acknowledging, and praising our freedom fighters who fought for us to have independence, like Sadawara Kairaba Jawara, Eddie Francis Moll, and others.
Yeah.
So, and that after that, he will highlight the challenges we face and the solutions. From there, we'll have a national dialogue at the International Conference Center. So this will not consume even more than $1 million. So now the money saved will be used for project implementation in the health sector, in the educational sector, in employment and underemployment, in the security sector. You see, so these are the things that we're going to do. Apart from there, the current, the president made the people talk. Government spent a lot of money. In 2017, government spent $1.5 million in 2017. In 2018, $1.5 million. But now, in 2025, the government spent more than $50 million on the president made the people talk. We are saying that is too much. When we get to power, we will not spend more than
So are you
$10
saying
million.
that is not necessary?
It's unnecessary. These expenditures are unjustifiable. It is unnecessary. We are saying when we get to power, we will scale down the expenditure. We will not spend more than $10,000 on the people with the tour, because we will not go with delegation. That's what these people are doing. That's what the president is doing. He's going with a lot of ministers, more than half of the cabinet. He's going with NPP executive, EI compings, supporters and others. We are not going to do that. We will go with specific ministers and then technicians go around the country. It is not going to be a political rally. We're going to do make the people talk, unlike what the president is doing. He is embarking on NPP political rallies. Apart from there, the vehicle policy. Right now, the government have two vehicle policies. They have a vehicle policy. Every minister, we have 23 ministries, every minister is entitled to two vehicles, an official vehicle and a utility car. The utility car is for their family members. The official vehicle is for the minister. And every vehicle, official vehicle, costs $8 to $10 million. That's in the context of our economy. We have a policy that says, when we get to power, no government official, including the president, will drive a vehicle of more than $4 million. That's what we are saying. We said we will sell the expensive vehicles and replace them with cheaper ones. The safe money will be used for project implementation. We are saying the utility vehicles that are meant for wife and children of ministers will be withdrawn. We are going to cancel that program. We will take those vehicles and give them to public institutions that lack sufficient mobility. Give them to government officials like doctors who don't have mobility. That's what we're going to do. The ministries are too much. We are saying we will combine some ministries. We are saying the Ministry of Information and Ministry of Digital Economy will be combined. The Ministry of Gender will be removed. It will be a department under the Ministry of Health. We are saying the Ministry of Public Service will be changed. We are going to introduce an agency of government efficiency under the office of the Vice President that will monitor the civil servants, that will monitor the day-to-day affairs of every sector of this country. In this, when that happens, you will see government officials will work efficiently and effectively. The Vice President will not go to office late. That's what is happening right now. Sometimes the Vice President leave Farato at 8. What time will he reach to Banjul? This is what we are saying. That's what we are saying. If that agency of government efficiency is under the office of the Vice President, it will control the entire country. That's what we are saying. Apart from that, we are talking about employment of the way this government is employing experts, the way they are employing Gambians in the wrong office. You are saying a minister who study health or medicine, given a ministerial person at the Ministry of Agriculture. You are saying a teacher manning the Ministry of Defense. This is what is happening in this country. You are saying incompetent advisors to the president. We are saying when we get to power, every ministry will be manned by an expert. Every advisor to the president will be someone who understands issues. If you don't understand, you cannot advise someone. That's why you see every time the president is misled, he always go to the media and then say something that everyone will be laughing at him because he doesn't have the right advisors. That's what we are talking about. When you go to economy, we have two economic model transformation. We have short-term economic model transformation and the long-term economic model transformation. What is the short-term economic transformation model? These are two economic transformation models that will operate at the same time, simultaneously.
Okay.
The short-term economic transformation model is the revival and the transformation of the state-owned enterprises, establishment of a new state-owned enterprises, private sector revival, youth empowerment and revival of the creative sector, as well as debt ceiling legislature. Now, what are we going to do? The state-owned enterprises are weak. Gamcel is on the verge of dying. Gamtel is not performing well. Norway is not performing well. The Gambia National Petroleum, if you compare it with Jar Oil and Star Oil, you know it is not performing. GIA is not performing. So what we are doing is, we want to come on board to revive the state-owned enterprises. From the port to Gamcel, we will invest on the state-owned enterprises, provide them with the needed experts to man those institutions. We are not going to do what the borough administration is doing, bringing their families, compensating politicians with positions, giving incompetent people to man some institutions. What we're going to do is, we will invest on the state-owned enterprises, provide them with these experts, so the expert will transform the entire institutions. The state-owned enterprises will be revamped. They will make money. The money will be sent to the central bank, to the national coffers of project implementation. Right now, most of these state-owned enterprises are failing. We are saying we will introduce new state-owned enterprises. We will introduce the Gambia National Rice Production Company. This company will be a state-owned enterprise because we have the land. You go to Nyanija, you go to the Fuladus, you go to any part of this country, we have sufficient land. We have fresh water that is suitable for agriculture. We have arable land for agriculture. So now, we will provide the company, the enterprise, with the needed resources, with the needed materials and experts to man that institutions. Instead of taking our young people to Spain to go and farm, our young people will go there and farm. They will make money. The Gambian people or the company will produce sufficient rice for consumption. And when we have more, we will export it and then have foreign currency in our country. If you go to China, the Chinese are cultivating on mountains, on hills, where we have gravels and stones. You go to Egypt, they're transforming the desert to agricultural sites. Gaddafi have created his own river where what they use for agricultural activities. For us, we have the River Gambia, fresh water. We have suitable land for agriculture. Why not we do that? That's what we are going to do to transform the economy of the country. The private sector is sinking. We are going to come with a program called private sector development. We are going to empower the creative industry. There are so many Gambian young people sitting at home. They don't have skills. They don't have money to go to USET to acquire skills.
And also, some have skills, but they don't have the support. That is the problem.
Yes, I'm coming there. So now what we're going to do is, the money that this government is spending, huge amount of money they spend on independence celebration, on expensive vehicles, living luxurious life, the money they spending on the people tour, these are the monies that we're going to save, and then empower the young people with the needed skills and knowledge on tailoring, on carpentry, mechanic, welding, and so on. So now, these young people, when they get the skills, we will not allow them to stay at home. We will give them grants. They will go and work. Right now, this sector has been dominated by the foreigners. and that money is going out. That's what we call 100% capital flight.
Definitely.
So now we are saying, when we have sufficient tailors in our market, we give them grants, they employ more young people, they produce more clothes, they sew more clothes, and then if they were paying 5,000 to GRA because their companies have been expanded as a result of the grant, they continue paying more money to GRA. They employ more young people to scale down the unemployment rate. The carpenters will do the same thing. When you go to the carpentry, there's a problem. Most of our carpenters produce, but they have been disturbed by the foreign furniture. So we are saying we will empower them. When they produce more, we will reduce the importation of furniture. As time goes, we ban the importation of furniture so that the local furniture will function, will be marketed, will have good market. That's what we are saying. Apart from that, we are talking about industrialization. When we get to power, we will empower the private sector to invest more. We will work with international companies to do more privatization in this country, out of industrialization in this country, to have big companies. That's what we are saying, to produce more instead of importing, so that we'll be exporting. That's what we are talking. We want to fix the economy of this country. That's our economic model, short-term economic model transformation. The long-term economic model transformation is the human capital. That started from the womb of a woman to delivery, to adult stage, until the child graduates from universities. That's how it's going to be. Because what is going to happen is, when the children are yet to be born, we will provide the needed medication and feeding for the women to have healthy offspring, brilliant offspring. So if the children are born, we will provide them with the needed medication, the needed feeding, the needed health care, to make sure that they are healthy and go to school. They will be given the right education. And then they specialize at a very early stage. From there, when they reach the universities, they become experts. So they will have enough scientists, enough medical doctors. We have enough engineers, computer scientists, IT experts, and so on. We don't need to depend on the wider world to get these things. That's what we are saying about. That's what we are talking about in terms of economic transformation.
Well, your manifestos are really great and clear. I hope everybody could listen and process it. So then from there, also about, you mentioned about education, agriculture, and these two things are very key to every nation. As the saying goes, agriculture is the backbone of every nation. And also education. If you want a country to fail, just let the education system be poor. And here in the Gambia, if you talk to many people, they will say that I have all the qualifications, but then there's no job market. What they will learn at school is not in the job market. And also they complain about nepotism too. Now it is not what you know, it is who you know. You have all the right documents, but then you won't have the job. So what will you do about that if you come to power, inshallah?
Thank you so much, Madam Toure. Let's start with agriculture. Agriculture is the backbone of the country, but the sector have been neglected since independence. And we have a very good programs and policies with regard to agriculture. We want to transform the agriculture. So therefore, we want the Gambian people to listen to us. We, in our agricultural chapter of the manifesto, we have several points. What we have first is we want to train. We have educational aspect there. That is to train the farmers with modern skills, with new skills of farming. That's what we want to train them. Right now, you see a farmer will cultivate a large area of land and getting very few. So we want to train them. We want to train them to make sure that you cultivate a small area of land, you get more. We want to train them on so many farming skills, agricultural skills. Apart from, after training them, we want to do what we call farm mechanization. We will provide the needed farming implement. Right now, most of our farmers are using hoe, simple farm tools like hoe, cutlass, and other things. That's what they are using. So we are saying when we get to power, we will provide modern farming materials like tractors, bulldozers, and others to support the farmers. We are in a modern world, and farmers don't have to be using what our great grandparents have been using now, since then. We don't have to accept that. Apart from that, we are coming with Farmers Cooperative Bank. The Farmers Cooperative Bank is because Gambian farmers, most of the farmers in the Gambia are subsistence farmers.
Yes.
They only cultivate small area of land for consumption because they lack the finance. But we want to come with an initiative that will make sure that the farmers will have access to finance. They will have access to loans and grants so that they expand their farming. They cultivate more crops, sell, and then they use it as business instead of consumption alone. Apart from that, when you go to fertilizer, since independence, our farmers have been using chemical fertilizer.
Yes.
The chemical fertilizer is so bad. The experts are listening to me. They knew that very well. The chemical fertilizer is not good for human health. 1. 2, it is not good for the health of the soil. 3, it is expensive. We are saying a government under our leadership will introduce organic fertilizer. That organic fertilizer is cheaper. It's more human friendly, and it is better for the soil. That's what we are saying. And what are we going to use with this this organic fertilizer? It's cow dung, the feces of poultry, goats, sheep, and some of the refuse, the rubbish that we are taking from our houses.
Yes.
These are things that are going to be used to manufacture organic fertilizer. It's very cheap. If the chemical fertilizer is costing $1,000, the organic fertilizer that's going to be processed in our country will cost about $500. And when we have the plant here, the organic fertilizer plant in the Gambia, it will employ more young people.
Yes.
Why is the Gambia government continue importing, spending a lot of millions on chemical fertilizer? We are saying no to that. Apart from that, we are talking about year-round agriculture. Right now, our farmers depend only on rain season, only rainfall to cultivate their crops. Yes. We are saying we have the River Gambia. We have arable land. We have fresh water. So now what we're going to do is just a matter of empowering the Ministry of Agriculture.
Yes.
When we empower the ministry, and then we introduce what we call irrigation, hinterland irrigation. So we're going to provide canals. We're going to make sure that there are irrigation from the river to the hinterland. We will have our farmers be involved on agricultural practice 12 months. That's around a year. We will cultivate maize, groundnut, millet, and other things, even in the dry season. Our farmers will no longer sit down at the banter bus. They will be going around to their farms to work. So that will boost the economy of the country. That's how we are thinking. We are saying when we get to power, we will come with factories that will produce, that will manufacture our groundnut. We will no longer export our groundnut. We will process oil from the groundnut. We process cake from the groundnut cell. We process soap out of the groundnut, among other things. Those products will be sold in the Gambia, and then we export them. We'll produce in the Gambia, sold here, the remaining will be exported. This is how we are thinking. You go to China, they use this corn to cake, to bread. There is a greater need for the Gambia to have our own food scientists.
Definitely.
Whereby the crops that we are producing will be manufactured in the Gambia and then we consume it. We don't need to rely on flour from other countries. The flour we produce in the Gambia can be processed to bread, can be processed to cake. We have seen an oven in Latrikunda that produces millet bread,
Yes.
corn bread. We have seen that in the Gambia. Why are we still? Because what we are doing is we produce what we don't eat and we eat what we don't produce. The flour we use in the processed bread and cake is not produced in the Gambia. The rich millet, corn, and sorghum we have in the Gambia, there's a very good flour, but it have not been consumed. These are the programs we have on agriculture.
Good. Well, and also, there are many political parties in the country here, and there are big ones such as UDP, GDC, DOI, and SFR's party, and more. So, and you are a new political movement. So, are you thinking of forming any political alliance or coalition with any party, or you just gonna stay independent?
The Change Front is a dynamic political movement.
Okay.
We are growing very fast. We don't see any big political party in the Gambia.
Okay.
However, right now, we are continue doing our work. We are selling our programs and policies to the Gambian people. But if in the interest of the country,
Yes.
in the interest of the country, if there is a coalition, and then we are invited, we will make a decision what to do. But we are calling on the Gambian people to rally behind us. We are calling on political parties, political movement, and the independent candidates to rally behind us. That's what we want. We have good programs and policies. These are things that we sit down, make a research, and know the solution of the Gambia, and we have that. You go to education, we have that.
Yes.
You go to diaspora programs, we have that. Any other sector, if time gives us, we'll touch these programs one after the other.
Yeah. Okay, well, time is not on our side right now. So can you please give your final update to the people that are watching before we go?
All right. The only thing we calling on the Gambian people is to listen to the Change Front political movement. This is the most vibrant political movement in the Gambia, the most vibrant political organization in the Gambia. We have good programs and policies. You go to diaspora, we have programs on the diaspora. That is the diaspora think tank. We have that in our manifesto. We have diaspora development fund in our manifesto. We have diaspora voting. When you go to the fisheries, we are saying the fisheries industry have been dominated by foreign nationals. We are saying we will come with a maritime institution where our young people will be trained on fisheries, on processing of fish and production of fishery products in the Gambia. That's what we are saying. When you go to the young people, we are saying the young people are suffering a lot. The young people don't have good employment. Not only employment, but we also encounter what we call underemployment. Some people are employed, but it's like they are not benefiting. If a young person is being paid $3,000, $4,000, that's underemployment. That's what we are saying. God did not deny the Gambian people job because we have been provided with all the resources. We have the brains. But the problem is the president. It's the president that denied the Gambian young people job.
So you are saying the president is the problem here? The
president is the problem. We have a leadership problem. If we get to power, we will make sure that we provide the needed jobs and decent jobs for the Gambian young people. That's what we are saying. Why are the Gambian young people going to Europe every day? Because the home is not homely. And the home is not, it will remain rough and tough as long as the president is in power. The only thing we can do to make sure that we have decent job, to minimize or eliminate the irregular migration is by eliminating the NPP government legally. That's by voting them out in the upcoming presidential election. So we're calling on the Gambian young people to rally behind the Change Front political movement, to support us in all aspects. We have the needed programs and policies in the Gambia. We have a lot of programs for the women. President Barrow seems to like the women, but he doesn't. You go to the executive, out of 23, we have 3 female ministers. You go to the parliament, out of 58 people, there are only 5 or less women in the parliament. So where is the women empowerment in this country? We have intelligent women in this country. We have experts in this country who are women. But the Barrow administration is not empowering them. It's not giving them the needed positions, and he's not empowering them to do well. So we are saying we have a special chapter for women empowerment. We are talking about 50-50. When we get to power, we will make sure that if there are 20 ministries, at least 10 women will be there. That's what we are talking about. We are saying we will empower the women vendors, women business people. We will empower them. That's how we are thinking about. We are thinking beyond the box. When you go to security, the security sector needs to be reformed. We have programs and policies for the security sector. We are saying you go to, there is a need for infrastructural development across the country as long as police stations are concerned. We know how some police officers survive in this country. I was a regional correspondent for the Voice newspaper in Central River region, overseeing URR and LRR, so I interacted with them. You go to police stations, they are using manuals, and this is something that has been existing since independence. We are saying we have to digitalize the security. We have to provide them with the needed skills and knowledge. We have to provide them with education. We have to provide them with wages. The police need to be provided with very good wages. They need to have good salary. Look at the gap between the directors. Look at the gap between the commissioners and the young people who are doing the greater work. You see, young people find very difficult, some police officers find very difficult even to rent a very good house. So we need to improve on that. Sure. We have good programs and policy in terms of that area.
All right, Mr. President, thank you very much for being here today. It is indeed a pleasure with you here, and inshallah, I pray that Allah helps you through the whole journey. Yeah. Well, viewers, this is how we've come to the end of the program. This is the Political Hour Show here on Eco TV International, the People's Choice. And today, our esteemed guest was the president of the Change Political Movement that is newly formed, and also eventually it will be a political party. And also, you can also follow them throughout. They are you using Facebook, YouTube, or? Yeah,
we have a Facebook page called Change Front Political Movement.
Okay. Yeah. You can follow them there too. They will be updating you. They are doing their surveys, and you will see their works there, inshallah. So thank you very much, viewers. Till next week, inshallah. I am Rohiyatu Toure.